Vampire Diaries is a show that I've been told to watch many times, and 9 times out of 10 the reason I'm given to watch it is, oh my god, Stefan is so hot, I just want to lick his jawline. Oh my god, Damon, step on me. I really hope my father didn't hear that. But yeah, it's been mostly women who have been telling me to watch this, and after watching 2 episodes it begs the question, is this how women want men to act? Because Jesus Christ. The show starts with this dramatic shot of a forest that has a lot of fog in it because creepy, with a dramatic monologue that is typical with these types of shows.
For over a century I have lived in secret, hiding in the shadows, alone in the world. Until now, I am a vampire.
I am a vampire. Okay, mate. You know it's gonna be a great show when it starts with manslaughter, and this has given me yet another reason to never be a good person ever. Because our main man John here is an absolute G, he decides to make sure that the person that he just made do a WWE combo over his car is still alive. And this is why you shouldn't be a good citizen, kids. We then get introduced to one of our main characters, Stefan, who has one of the creepiest opening lines I think I've ever heard on film.
I shouldn't have come home. I know the risk, but I had no choice. I have to know her.
Yep, not stocky whatsoever. And we also get introduced to Elena, who is a protagonist, damsel in distress. I have no idea.
Dear diary, today will be different. It has to be. I will smile, and it will be believable.
Who, as you can see, is a sad, relatable type. Elena is making her way to school, and we are introduced to another character, Bonnie, who was talking to Elena about the fact that she thinks she is like, oh fuck! I'm not gonna lie, that scared the shit out of me. Which is then followed up by the most uncomfortable close-up I think I have ever seen in my life. Remember social distancing now, cameraman? Take a few steps back, Jesus. I wouldn't want to be going onto that set with like a spot or like some sort of blemish on my skin, because you would fucking see it.
Look at the shower curtain on Kelly Beach. She looks so hot. Can I still say tranny miss?
No, Bonnie. No, you can't. You can tell this show was made in the early 2010s because this shit would not fly nowadays. We then get introduced to Elena's brother, who is a drug dealer. Dun dun dun! And a pothead. Oh my god, this day can't get any worse. And Elena does not take too kindly to this information.
Great. First day of school and you're stoned.
You need to chill yourself, all right?
Chill myself? What is that, stoner talk?
Yeah, Jeremy, you are on the devil's lettuce. How dare you? What's next? Heroin? After this little talk, our 2 main characters finally meet, and it honestly has to be the most awkward conversation I've ever seen in my life.
Is this the men's room?
Yes, I was just, it's a long story.
Yep. This is the only thing that only works if you are a 10 out of 10, because if I tried doing that, I would get a restraining order on me. They met one time and it was her walking out of the men's bathroom, and after that he just stares at her for an entire class. Like, come on. Oh my god, Jeremy, smoking the devil's lettuce in the graveyard? God, man, come on. Get a hold of yourself, man. Elena gets spooked because of the fog and the fact that a crow is stalking her and attempts to make an escape, when who I can only imagine is Stefan peeks out behind the statue and stalks her. Bro, this is who all you women are drooling over? Little peeking Tom over here? But while she's trying to make her escape, she ends up tripping over and oh fuck, Elena, run! Run! This woman would be the first to die in a real life scenario.
I'm Stefan.
I know. We have history together.
In English and French.
Elena, get the fuck out of there. I'm giving you a chance. Run! After this interaction, we learn a bit more about Stefan himself. We learn that he is trying to do everything in his power to keep his vampire urges under wraps, so that he doesn't feed on humans. Because Stefan is the good vampire. Which I really liked. I enjoyed learning about him a bit more, but then I remembered it's Stefan. And in the exact same scene, we hear this.
I'm simply not able to resist her.
Nice one, Stefan. Steal the girl's diary, why don't you?
You keep a journal.
Yeah, if I don't write it down, I forget it. Memories are too important.
Come on, guys. Fucking blink. Just blink. Once during your interactions together, please just blink. I fear for your retinas. Later on that day, Stefan gets confronted with the death of the two people that we saw at the start of the show, and Stefan is adamant that it wasn't him, so that means there is another vampire afoot. Dun dun dun! And the guy who confronts Stefan also asks him why he came back to Mystic Falls, and after he throws a little bit of a temper tantrum,
I don't have to explain myself.
he takes out an old book out of the cupboard which shows a picture of what looks like Elena. So my guy came all the way back here because there was a girl that looks exactly like his ex from the 1800s. My bro is down bad. And while I was watching this episode, it never even clicked into my mind how weird this is, because Stefan's a vampire, he's a bloodsucker. So my guy has been around for hundreds and hundreds of years, and he came all the way back to the town where it started to try pick up a high school girl. You see what I'm getting at? Later on that day, Stefan goes to a party that he was invited to that all the high school students have every year to celebrate the first day back to school, which seems like a miserable time, but this scene alone has solidified in my mind how creepy Stefan is.
Just admit it, Elena.
Oh, okay, so he's a little pretty. He has that romance novel stare.
Like, in fairness, back in secondary school, I would have loved to have this power, be able to hear what people were talking about me, and I would definitely fucking abuse that shit 100%, but that doesn't mean it's any less weird. We then see this guy Tyler and this girl that Jeremy was selling the illegals to earlier in the show making out at a tree, and Tyler isn't satisfied with this saliva swapping, so he wants to get a bit more intimate, but the girl makes it very clear that she does not want anything to do with this, but my guy keeps at it anyway, until a wild Jeremy appears to save the day, and this girl, whose name I'm only remembering now, Vicky, decides to thank Jeremy by saying this.
You're worse. You want to talk to me, get to know me, see into my soul, and screw and screw and screw until you're done with me.
Damn, class act, Vicky, class act. Vicky then wanders off into the forest and we see the creepy fog make a return again, which could only mean good things, of course.
The fitness gram pacer test.
Damn it! I was bamboozled. But this is when Stefan finally puts the puzzle pieces together and realizes that there is another vampire afoot. In enters Damon Salvatore, Stefan's vampiric brother. During this interaction between the two of them, we find out that it's Damon that was actually behind the killing of the first two at the start of the show and the attack on Vicky. And this conversation ends exactly how you would imagine it. Stefan spearing Damon out of the window, which Damon then used to show the actual gap of their power, showing that if a vampire feeds on human blood, it makes them much more stronger than it would if they fed on like animals and stuff like that, like Stefan is. And that's pretty much where the first episode ends. As cheesy and everything as the first episode really is, it definitely did get to me. I really liked it, and that's because after watching the first episode, as cheesy and everything as it is, I really enjoyed it. It was just a fun watch. I don't know, I just kind of like this over dramatic type of show. Not too long ago I watched the entirety of Teen Wolf and I actually really liked that show, and it's kind of like a similar vibe in a way, I guess, whereas Teen Wolf was definitely more like kind of pandered towards men and women. There wasn't too many scenes where it was like, oh, look at this good looking guy, you know what I mean? Whereas this show, especially at the beginning, is definitely more pandered towards women, because it's more like, oh, look at this good looking vampire, and then, oh, look at this other good looking vampire. And I knew that going into it because a few years back, one of my best friends, Jess, who is most likely watching this video, I watched a few episodes of this with her, and I also watched a few episodes with her and her family also. So like, I know a decent bit because I've seen a few episodes at the start, then I've seen a few episodes like later on into the show, so I kind of know where it goes, but I've never actually watched the first episode, so it was very enjoyable making this video. I really enjoyed watching it, and as I said, I watched the second episode, so if you guys want any more of these types of videos, I will 100% do a part 2 if this does well. Although I don't think it's like the best show ever made or anything like that, it definitely does keep your attention and keep you wanting to watch the next episode. But I know I was making jokes and all that throughout this video, but at the same time, I just wanted to say I'm not making fun of the show. It is popular for a reason, and I am most definitely not the target demographic for this show, so obviously whatever I say doesn't really matter. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video and you enjoy this type of content, I do have a few videos like this on my channel, and I am definitely going to be trying to lean a bit more towards this going forward. But if you do enjoy this type of video, just let me know down below. Let me know anything that I can do to make this experience better. I'm always trying to get better. I'm always trying to learn from my mistakes and all that jazz. But yeah, with that said, I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Comment down below what you thought of the video. Comment down below what you want to see in the next video. Make sure to subscribe subscribe. We're on the road to 1k by the end of 2024. And if we do hit 1k by the end of this year, I am going to be jumping out of a plane going skydiving. So if you want to see me shit my britches, make sure to subscribe so you can see that later on. And yeah, if you like my face and you want to see more, make sure to click on my channel and go check out my other videos. As I said, I have a huge variety of different type of content on there. And yeah, with that all said, it's been EXO. I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one, folks.